Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's a Jacksepticeye video, and I'm kind of nervous about doing this because the last time I did a Jacksepticeye reaction lately was Studio 71 just having a field day with me, and that was copyright claiming the second I uploaded it. So the last video I reacted to was when he did the real life escape the room kind of thing for Alan Wake 2 with Evelyn. So but I needed to check this out because this is pretty interesting. So, as you could tell, Jacksepticeye decided to react to some of his older alter ego videos from years ago, including the infamous Say Goodbye video. Now, I wonder if this is like a little tie-in to the fact that also he's got those Alterverse comics coming out as well. So, I wonder, since, you know, it's going to be interesting what happens here, so I wonder what's going to happen here. What videos he's going to react to accordingly. Probably he's going to watch some of the Power Hour videos. Probably some of the, some of the earlier Anti videos. I wouldn't be surprised. But, anyways, I might as well just get right into it. Even though I know I'm probably going to get copyright claimed the second this video goes up. Screw you, Studio 71. But, anyways, let's just get right into it. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
There comes a time in every man's life when he must look back. Today is one of those days. I'm putting on my cringe helmet to look at the old ego content I did all those years ago. If you're not aware, I have played specific characters on my channel as far back as 2016, such as Jackie Boy Man and Jameson Jackson. Now I've been in multiple things, like I've acted alongside Ryan Reynolds in Free Guy. I'm right
You're
up
just
there
a cameo
with the likes of like Moist Critical, Hunger Games, District 19. Some would say he showed me the ropes. This was my first one? This doesn't count. This is me being Spider-Man.
It could be like, I think it was, in a sense, him being Jackaboy Man.
Ruled by injustice.
I think this might be like a Jackaboy Man thing.
Tall against all obstacles set before him.
Oh my god.
That voice.
Jackie Boy Man.
I see, because I called myself Jackie Boy Man.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
2015.
2015.
Jackie Boy Man was the first one? I came up with that name all that time ago? Oh my god. I'm so old. Also, remember this room?
Oh yes.
And welcome to the
Marvin!
Today, we laugh in the face of science to see magic. Is it real?
Marvin the Magnificent.
Is some things that science can't explain.
Right
like
here.
How a man pulls a penny out of your ear. Or how the Kardashians keep getting even more famous. Today, we're going to find out.
We didn't find out. We have no idea.
Yeah, they got famous
out
because Kim Kardashian had a sex tape. That's why.
And popular. I wanted to make more videos where I just did random things. I got tired of doing just gameplay all the time. And I went to the shopping centre near where I lived in Athlone, and they had little things for kids like Marvin's Magic. And I was like, just in case the magic sucks, I'm going to buy a cat mask that was there as well and become a magician.
And more fucking kitty cat mask. Because I need a stage name. Jack the Magnificent is what they're going to call me.
Which then changed into Marvin the Magnificent,
Marvin.
apparently.
You said, wait. Includes everything you need to be a master magician. Bullshit!
I realized that
Robin.
the magic sucked. I couldn't do some of them. It was really testing the limits of what you could do on YouTube and what was funny. I got bored and started painting the mask.
Yes.
Of course it would. A red diamond. There we go. Actually, a magician's outfit would have all the card suits on it.
There you go.
Hence
Suddenly
why.
an entire character had been born out of that, and the community rolled with it, and we ended up with what we have today. And there's a reason I'm doing all of this now, because
Of the comics.
I have my own comic book with both of those characters now.
Jackie Boy and Marvin.
Because I don't really want to spoil anything, but there's the mask. It still exists. He still wears it. This comic is coming out soon.
I
You
think
can
at the
go
time of
pre-order
recording
it
this, it
right
came out
now. There'll be
today.
a link in the description. Go to Bad Egg, which actually is, I mentioned Charlie at the start of the video. It's all coming full circle. It's his company, Bad Egg, that are helping publish this.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
he
his
did
company,
Godslap
Moist
before.
Criticals.
And now comics actually exist. I only got these like a few days ago for the first time in my hand, and I'm so excited about it. We'll get the Jackie Boy Man in a second because there's going to be more of him. Man, I did Schniepelstein right after that.
The good doctor, Dr. Schnieperstein, Jacksepticeye Power Hour. Host today, Dr. Schnieperstein. Welcome to my
I'm
VR.
so sorry to every German person out there.
Don't
It's
worry,
another one of those
Sean.
videos
I'm a
where
German
I
descent,
sat
and I
down
think
and
it's
was like,
I think it's
wanna do
funny.
something
Hell, I have my
dumb.
doctor
Same
persona,
store
Dr.
I went to
Spindler,
had
who I based it
Operation,
off your
which I hadn't played
character,
as a kid-
but
I
it
hadn't
makes
played
more
since I was
sense
a
for
kid.
me because I'm
And I
a
was like,
German
okay, I should play
descent,
Operation.
and I
was like,
named
nah,
it
that's
after my
not
late
funny enough on its
grandfather.
own. I'll dress up as a doctor, make a character out of it, and then play Operation. And also, you'll notice that I have the Power Hour, and people talk about the Game Grumps having the Power
Yes.
Hour. I did this before the Game Grumps did the Power Hour. Technically, it's mine. I invented the Power Hour, and they stole it from me. They didn't really, because
No, they
Aaron
joked about
was
it
on tour
together.
with me at one point, and he was showing me the new show that they had, where they wanted to do like a Rhett and Link in-person thing, because their stuff
Yeah,
is
they-
always no
I think
face cam behind
it
the
was
camera.
set
Same
on
reason I was
Brain
doing
League, I
these,
think.
and he said that it was called the 10-minute Power Hour, and I was like, oh, funny. I was like, I do the Power Hour, and he goes, what? He got all embarrassed and worried because he was like, we have the logo done and we have an intro done, and I was like, dude, it's fine. If both of us thought of the Power Hour, it means that it's probably a very generic name, and this is probably not the first iteration of that
people come up.
terminology ever
People
used.
probably
So
can come
I
up with the
think
same
they
ideas,
fully own the
and you
Power
don't
Hour
know
at this
that.
point. But if anyone ever asks, I came up with it first, and I deserve all the credit.
But what do we have here?
What do we have
The
here?
birdie bone is connected to the phone. The phone
Yokat
bone,
Grenade's
as I like to
favourite.
call it. It's a little doctor joke. You'll get it in a minute.
You'll get it in a minute.
This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so offensive to German people. I'm so
Do you
sorry.
really?
Not
Is it
today.
really though?
Not today. I need this. This is the only way my wife and kids
I'm.
are going to
I
stay
am
with
of
me.
German
Otherwise
descent,
they're going to stay
even
with
though I'm
that
not
Tennessee
technically
Dr.
from
Rick.
Germany. But I am
That
of German.
Bastard.
That
I will
bastard.
point out, this version of Schniepelstein is not canon, really.
Really?
Some of the stuff is. This was just me farting around. He's become a lot more serious, and there's a lot more
It's like the
artistry in
introduction
him
of the
now.
character,
I just
but
realized
not
this.
canon to the
What have I
altered
done?
Irish stuff.
What?
What have I done?
Is
I am
Mr.
rude.
Zoidberg from Futurama.
What have I done?
Zoidberg.
Remember, don't swallow
It's
folks
Nogla.
if you care for your bones.
My God, who is this?
Who is
lost
this
child?
crazy motherfucker?
It's the same, but different. Is this the first actual canon appearance of Jackie Boy? No. Yeah, because Cool Patrol by Ninja Sex Party is
Oh my God,
technically
yes.
where Jackie Boy Man became a thing. There he is. That's where the suit for Jackie Boy Man came from.
I didn't
They
know
had it
that. I
on
thought
set
Sean just
for
bought
the
that
Cool Patrol
randomly and
music
then
video.
said,
But
"Fuck
this suit came from that. So then after that, in a Welcome to the Game video,
Yes.
Welcome to the game. That's a weird sentence, but this time I was getting freaked out the last time.
why do I look so fucking good in this footage? I look tan. I look clean. The green hair vibrant. Piercing blue eyes. Beautiful white shiny
The lighting
teeth.
is not that different.
So this time I've got a special solution. I'm not going to be scared anymore because I am going to morph into a
It's a superhero. This intro, man.
And this was also an excuse. This was really fun to do.
Yeah, I can't imagine how fun this was to do the suit up montage like that. Robin probably had a field day with this.
Believe in yourself written on the wall.
Yeah, I think this is the time when Robin was Sean's editor at that time, just started.
Not today, game! You are not gonna best Jackaboy, man!
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh.
And Didn't
is a
Jackboy Man
reason
also
why
appear in
he's
the
called
Let's
Jackie
Play
Boy
of
Man. The
South
original
Park?
reason is because I thought
you
the
know,
name was
Fractured
funny by
But Whole?
calling yourself Boy Man. But there he is now. If
Jackie Boy
you get
Man.
the comics, you will find out why he calls himself Jackie Boy Man.
Oh, really?
There is an in-universe explanation
Of
for
course,
it.
there's an in-universe explanation.
Away! The first superhero Let's Play. Or, wait. No, Spider-Man did one a while back. Can't take his glory. Okay, continue.
Spider-Man didn't. That was just a joke. It was very funny. It's also interesting that Jackie Boy Man became a character. I
Yeah.
didn't really do like an in-universe Jackie Boy Man thing. I never really like,
Yeah,
gave
he
him
really
a
hasn't
character.
done
'Cause I did,
anything
like,
related to him
South
yet.
Park as well.
Yes, I just said, yeah, he did also appear again in this video.
Game needs a superhero player, and that player can only be one
Yeah, he also appeared in this series as well. It was like not too long after we should probably threw that
And
at
he's
him.
back. Same thing again. This is just the same intro.
Just
Again.
Top of the morning to you, ladies. I'm Jackie Boy Man.
I can't believe I did a whole fucking series like this. I can't believe I wrote this basically for the whole thing. So Jackie Boy Man, that's kind of all his lore.
like we
There's not
all
really a lot
his
else to
lore
him.
is from
Like,
is the
you'll see
goddamn.
him in this. He's just a very fun character.
Oh my God, that
He has,
face.
like, lore and history. And
That
things
face,
like
that's a
but he's not just
memeable face.
Relegated to this. Now he actually exists in his
Yes.
own universe and is his own
I can't wait
person.
for him
Then
to
we
actually
come
do
the
something
real
with him.
meat and potatoes of it all. This series.
Ah,
this
here we
Let's
go.
Play. Oh,
A
man. This is where
certain
Antisepticeye
glitch
shows up
bitch.
for the first time.
Auntie!
My name is Jacksepticeye. Welcome
Auntie's
to
first
Fiverr
ever
Freddy's
appearance,
sister location.
technically.
This came out at a really weird time because I haven't been here all weekend.
Sister Location came out when I was away, so I was like, how can I inject something else into this to make it interesting? I was just getting a little fatigued by the formula, so I was like, I want to inject something else into it to make it more of my own, to set me apart from
People
everybody
will
else.
start talking
And
about.
clearly that worked, because
Yeah.
people really loved it, but people
Clearly.
were already online making up an alter ego of me for like a dark version of me.
Because
and
of
because
Mark.
I'm Septiceye, people thought Antiseptic
Because
was really
Mark
funny.
with
He's just
Darkiplier.
called Anti to me now because of different reasons that'll come out later. I will also point out that Jacksepticeye as a person, as a character, does not exist in this universe anymore. Back then I didn't know what I was doing with it yet. And now I actually have a story that I'm really proud of and I'm really excited to share. Some of the like really old stuff has to kind of like be pushed aside because it just doesn't make sense anymore. I was just saying stuff out loud. Oh, it should be here.
Cheer up, baby. Here.
Nah, there
Back
it
then,
is.
that was really, really fun to do, and no one was really doing that kind of stuff all that often. People were really excited about it, and it really enthused me to keep going with this game. Like, I don't finish any FNAF games because the extra stuff I was doing with Anti was really fun to do.
I fucking descent into madness and depression because I'm not getting paid enough.
Because I said madness, and then Anti appeared, and I thought, let's do that, but all of Halloween to get
Yes.
people more excited about that video coming up and drumming up hype.
Oh, it feels so good.
That was subtle. I did one in Cluster Truck. A lot of these are just like little glitchy
Yes.
things that I did. We should have Anti show up during Halloween and take over my body. And that was
And
this
there
week.
it is.
This
Say
is
goodbye.
So I'm.
This is
This want to
it.
get dangerous. Right. So what you're going to?
The start of something interesting.
I like that.
Just subtle.
And I really tried to play it off naturally because I was in my head I was thinking I hate whenever people do these types of stuff and you can really tell how fake it is immediately.
I think it's the problem was the
I
title
love
of the
that
video
edit
was
too.
really such a
This-
dead
that
giveaway.
This changes. That was very slick editing by Robin. And then it switches back. I loved that kind of
I
stuff.
didn't even
Like,
notice
the
that.
eagle-eyed viewer would catch
I
things
never
that other
noticed
people
that
wouldn't.
at
It
all,
felt
with the
rewarding for
whiteboard
the audience
changing.
to catch all of this stuff and to go back and rewatch it and see what was in it and what wasn't and
I never
showing up
noticed
in the
that.
corner. I was very excited to upload this video.
Of
and
course you
I
had
was
to be.
watching
It's
the
like, holy
audience's
shit.
reaction to this as it came out and seeing people just lose their minds. And it was so much fun to do. I still think some of this really stands up.
Yes,
My arm's getting tired.
of course it does.
Pumpkin is. Oh, pumpkin's all
I like that stuff.
That was good.
And
I
you're
love
gonna
that
have to
one.
do fine.
And then it all happened.
never noticed the third knife until more recent watchings, like a year or two ago. And then I never noticed, you know, him shaking his hand when he was, you know, slitting his throat.
I had to make it
Believable.
goofier because I was really worried how this would be received by like the algorithm, but it's still like fun. Where can you see the knife switch? I don't think the blood's on it yet. It was
Now
there
it
in
did.
that edit. And I was really scared because I actually had the other knife at one point and I held it up close to my neck, but I was like, I don't trust myself with that. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
dangerous.
I
That's
can totally
really
understand
stupid.
why.
I'll
It's-
settle for
it's
it
the
looking a
fake
little
knife.
goofy. The people who are into it will be into it.
His body was weak. You all said my name. Kept me. I am here now. It's all you.
It's all your fault.
To listen to me.
You all made this happen.
You
Could have stopped me. But you just watched as this happened.
now gone forever. Say goodbye.
Nah.
That's so fun. I feel like if I was an audience member, or
I can't
somebody
imagine
in the
everybody-
community,
everybody
and the
reacts
person
like,
that I watched the most did that, I
What
would be
the
really
fuck?
excited. And I don't remember making this video.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was like in an unlisted video or something.
It's private and there's no comments on it.
Well, there will be now. Was this allegedly a video that was, you know...
Subtle.
Was this a video
Really
like that was
subtle.
attached to like a video
But
that
that's
he
what I
was
mean. I was
playing?
like hiding stuff everywhere. There's stuff hidden in the audio. There was stuff hidden in the background. Like I did a bunch of stuff with Anti over the years that there's
Yes.
just like little bits hidden everywhere. Some things I think are still kind of lost because I think they were probably buried a bit too obscurely into it. Not this one specifically, but just Anti in general. And I really enjoyed doing this video. Again, it's probably
can't
the most
imagine how fun it had
I've
to be
ever
doing all
had
this shit.
on my channel. And then I did Chase Brody.
Ah,
This office that I was in
Chase.
was an office that I rented. It was not long after I started renting it that I moved, so I never used it. So I was like, I should do something in this office while I have it. And then I came up with this idea. This one was called Bro Average.
Bro
instead of
Average.
Dude Perfect. And I called him Chase Brody because I thought that that was the most American footballer. If I was watching a movie as a kid and there was teenagers in America and one of them skateboarded, his name would have been Chase Brody.
Oh, so that's why the name is Chase Brody. He just wanted to go for the go-to name.
This one's called the Teabag.
That hat, man.
And then the whole, I mean, obviously it's just satire. And obviously the mug is a reference to Dude Perfect. It's Mr. Perfect. I'm very clever.
Clever bastard.
And then I just stood next to it and threw one. It took me a couple of attempts to get it in, but I removed all the other tea bags then at that point.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he
then
kept
it's like,
missing, and he's like,
first
"Fuck
shot.
it."
And then Chad the puppet.
Oh, good lord. It's called Sucking Dicks.
Hey, what's up, audience? My name's Chad, and welcome back to Bro Average. This one's called How High.
Fly, can you fly, dude? He also appeared in
I didn't know what I was
JJ's
doing.
recent
I was
video.
trying to make it funnier. But then he became a character because of this stuff.
Because of this.
Baby, no. No, I know. Yeah, I'm trying, okay? I'm working. I'm trying to hit all the shots. Just look.
Don't
just
take
don't
the kids.
The kids.
Now
Clearly
it's
that
one
resonated
kid.
because people called him Sad Dad after that, and he became
Now
a
it's
fully
one
fledged
kid.
character with his own artwork, his own
Own
fan
universe,
art,
his own story.
his own lore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So then I did the Chase thing, which
No,
was my
that
very
was-
first like real big attempt at doing a cinematic
Yeah.
version of it. Me and my friend Tucker wanted to work on something for a long time, and then we rented an Arri Alexa, and it was so much fun to do.
I guess the camera that you filmed it on.
This, like, you see
Some said-
this oval pattern, it's not round. Regular cameras just use a spherical lens, so it's just a circle. So you'll get circular bokeh in the background, but the Alexa camera gets this weird washy sort of look.
Fish
kinda
eye,
warped,
like,
and
look.
I love that look of that camera. This is also Tucker's Prius. Obviously, I don't drive.
Well, he doesn't have a license, hence why.
Like, these shots look so good.
And
Just like natural lighting.
and of
in
course,
a
he
car,
has a different
no
hat and shirt
set
on.
lights, no extra lights at all.
He has a different hat in this video
looks so
compared to the
fucking
next
good.
appearance he would have, which will have him back with his old hat again. The very subtle Anti moment
I love
there.
that shot as well.
Yeah, that was so
With
subtle.
Anti in the background.
Just
I was
sitting
really,
there
like,
looking at the
talking
camera.
to Tucker about it and trying to we were trying to like flex our cinematicness with stuff, and I was like, Anti should be in the background, like watching Chase. Robin told me it was a hard thing to do because normally it's easy to do shots like this if you have tracking dots around, or if you have a static shot where you can
Just
like,
instead,
do a mask. But this wasn't that.
it was
This
like a moving camera.
handheld
It
shot.
made it
As you
more
can see,
difficult
Anti
to
kind of
really keep
float
track
a
it.
little bit, but
to
I think
track
it adds
it.
to the shot a lot because it adds to that sort of like weird.
If it was like a
ethereal,
steady
is he
cam,
there,
then
is he
it
not
would have
there,
been
is he in
easier.
someone's head. And then these shots are so cool. Just looks so nice. This is me operating the camera at this
Of course.
point. I was like
I gotta get these good shots.
just filming stuff out the window as Tucker drove.
Just across the mountains of LA.
And this is just somewhere north of Los Angeles that we drove for like an hour, hour and a half, just up into the
Yeah,
woods.
California is very mountainous, I will say. Like, I went down there
This is what
like
I mean,
nearly
the
2
camera just
years ago
adds
at this
this
point
really,
to see
like,
my girlfriend when she used to live in
warped
California. And I
drunkenness,
landed in San
dreamy
Diego and
type quality
I had to drive up to
that
Temecula.
I think just looks
The amount of
fantastic.
mountains, the
It really
views
added
was
to,
like,
what we
wow.
wanted to
It was
do.
like,
this
I'd
sort of,
never
being
seen
super
that
focused
before.
And everything in the background
But-
being out of focus, like
Yeah, some of the
his mind
shots
is
in
all
this
ajar,
whole
he's not
video
really
was
focused
so
himself
good.
and everything's
The
messy.
cinematography
You
in
can
this
really
video
see
is
it here.
fantastic. You kind of
Like,
get like
the
a
edge of the
fish
screen looks
eye
a bit
lens
off. I
effect.
think I like walk into the edge and I warp a little.
Yeah. It's just the way that the camera or lens
It's
look.
kind of subtle, but you can see I've kind of like shrank. And then this shot, this is just a stock photo.
Yeah.
I found. I took
Yeah.
a picture of my computer,
Yes.
with a Polaroid camera to make it look more
Like-
authentic. Look, we were filming a lot of this stuff on a budget. This next shot, I was
Yes.
so happy with because I really wanted a lens flare. Lens flares show up because of the nature of the lens shape. And I was like, dude, we gotta go J.J. Abrams on this. I have to get a lens flare for
The
using a
JJ.
lens like this. And then I love this shot.
Yeah,
And then,
that
of course, the
the
big
teleportation, the warp. Boom. And now he's in a parking lot, in a parking garage, in the middle of the city.
so cool looking.
And we would have to wait 3 more
God, the
years to
colours
figure
are
out what
gorgeous.
happened. He lost his phone, his whiskey, and that damn freaking sci-fi vortex sound.
I like that a lot. And that sound effect that I put in there was a sound that I made myself at home. Like, it really pulls you out of the moment. It feels like
Oh,
you
he
got,
made
like,
that?
teleported with it. Like, you got punched in the stomach. And then that directly leads into this one, which I did last year. This was a game that we made in Unreal Engine with Hyper RPG, but this was also like my first attempt at like writing, directing, hiring a crew, hiring
Wow.
a set.
Mark helped
getting
you
in
out
and doing
too, I do
stuff,
know
like,
that.
legit, doing it
Markiplier helped
properly,
out with
and
you
it was
a little
very,
bit.
very, very fun to do. But Aaron, who plays the scientist,
Have you
working for
experienced
Iris,
terrible
he
occurrences that have impacted you
references
significantly?
that chase video, the end of it.
The date is October 18th, 2019. We are interviewing. Can you say your name for the record, sir?
Chase Brody.
Mr. Brody is a 5'8" white male, mid-30s. He was described as having appeared out of thin air by a passerby on the top.
Now
of the
his
wall.
hat is different. Like
And then if
that's
you go back and watch that footage, he appears out of thin air on top of a parking garage, but there's people behind me as I walk by. And in my mind, I'm like, those people are the ones that told Iris what had happened, or like started talking about it.
Wait, was
Iris
that
got
was
wind of
weird.
it
That
and
guy
then
just
picked up Chase.
disappeared- just appeared
plans,
out
a
of
lot
nowhere.
more
He just
ideas.
appeared in
I
front of a
really want
car.
to like connect the dots properly and do it justice and have it be fun for the audience to interact with. So if you want to get more of the lore, the comic is for you. It's going to have some stuff in it kind of explaining Marvin and Jackie Boy Man a bit more, because I feel like those are two that I haven't really delved into as much as some of the other characters like Chase or Auntie. And we even have another beautiful boy who is one of my favorites, and it seems like people didn't care
JJ!
as
I was
much.
like, we haven't even talked about him yet. This was his latest appearance.
So this is JJ, or Jameson Jackson.
Jackson.
Because I wanted to come up with a...
He first
sort of
appeared in
old-timey sounding
2017.
name, but also a name that was kind of like a comic book name. Because it's always like Peter Parker, like PP. So I was like, JJ. The first one I did of him
Yes,
is,
2017.
6
I
years
remember
ago.
this.
So the Halloween after the Auntie one, we travel back in time through the art of film.
But you gotta remember, too, Auntie just appeared 2
And
months
become
prior to
JJ.
this video, so it was kind of a little, you know, not really
I love this so
not
much
really
as well.
wise to do another anti-appearance again 2 months later. So I guess why Sean probably did this, and he's like, might as well come up
Like
with
that
something.
kind of stuff is so cool.
The editing in
Marvel
this
did
was
such a good job
fantastic.
on those edits as well. As you can see with the Chase Brody one as well, I'm a big fan of conveying story through non-verbal cues, and I thought it would be so
Facial
fun to do like a
expressions.
Charlie Chaplin old school kind of video, and this was the result of that, where I was like, Halloween's coming up, I could do it for that, and this was just JJ doing a puppet show.
A puppet show, yeah.
Which is very, very fun. I liked doing this one as well because this one was kind of inspired by Cuphead a little bit.
Of
doing
course.
stuff with the devil, and the devil was another puppet that I found in the same place that I found Chad, if you can't tell that it's the same type of puppet. But it was like a murder mystery in a puppet theater. And then, of course, stuff goes wrong. As it always does. And this is one of my favorite ego edits.
I can't imagine.
That.
The voice, the sounds
And
of
then that-
Saturn.
I think that looks really cool because the jaw extends like a little further than it should, but not too far where it looks silly.
Goofy looking.
And you can see that JJ's signing as well for help.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting to have puppet strings on JJ because he was playing with puppets. And then he himself is being puppeteered around. So there you have it. Probably more ego lore and stuff that I've talked about than I ever have in a single video before. I'm a big fan of like the era of watching Lost on television and getting the weekly thing and then have everyone sit around and chat about it. Like the comic book comes out and then people discuss what actually happens in it. And then you wait for the next one to come out. Because we are doing more than this. It's not just this comic. We're going to do more versions of it. So this is just the first one. This is number 0. We also have other versions of it. So this is like a shiny foil
Yeah,
version
I
of it.
got
In the
all of
green, You
them.
can kind of see it sparkle.
I got all the
And then we have
versions.
these as well. So we have a Jackie Boy Man cover and we have a Marvin cover. I'm very excited about
I
it.
got all
can't wait for you
versions
guys to
because
have it in
fuck
your
it.
hands. I can't
Even though they're
believe
probably the same.
that these actually exist. As soon as I got them and I saw them in my hands, I was like, this is so
Yeah, that has to be fucking
cool.
awesome to see.
And I went to bed one night and I read the comic in bed. And I was just so giddy about it. And I'm very proud of the way it's coming out, and I'm very proud of the story that we have planned. Go get the comic, I guess. It's in the description down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Look, I know.
Okay, so that was pretty fun to watch. Just seeing him, you know, reminiscing about the older ego videos that John has done. So I'm surprised he didn't bring up, you know, some of the other videos, like he briefly talked about Schneepelstein. Like he only talked about him in the beginning, you know, with the Power Hour video. But I do know like the issue with the hat, you know, Chase's hat, you know, because if you watch, you know, the first video, the Chase video from 2019, he has an Adidas hat. But then in the next appearance, which is supposedly a few days later in this timeline, which is October 18th, 2019, he has his, you know, Jinx hat again. And according to Sean, I saw someone, you know, comment this on one of my videos where I brought it up. Apparently Sean thought that he lost it and he bought a new one. Like he bought a different hat, but then he found it and he was like, oh fuck. Shit, now I gotta do this. But he also clarified a couple things. Some aspects of like the Schneepelstein video is not necessarily canon. Not all of it is canon, but there are certain aspects, there. But also, Antisepticeye's name is now just Anti, which, again, I think, to be honest, it's... Because I always hear him say Anti. He doesn't say Antisepticeye a lot. He only just says Anti. And, it's not going to probably stop anybody from saying Antisepticeye at all. The reason why, I believe that the Antisepticeye character came into the minds of a lot of fans was because they wanted a dark character for him to go at, to compare to Mark's dark persona, Darkiplier. That's what I kind of get the gist of. But around this time, when he started doing this, I wasn't even subscribed to him. I didn't know that he was doing stuff like this. I've heard, I remember reading about, he has his own dark persona but made up by the fans called Antisepticeye. I'm like, okay. Everybody's got their own dark persona. And then Halloween rolls around. And then I see, a snippet of him saying, what you just watched. And I'm like, well then, okay. I guess that's his Antisepticeye character. That video actually helped Mark get inspired to do Darkiplier himself, which would be his appearance in A Date with Markiplier. So that video had a butterfly effect, which is kind of funny. I find that hilarious, But also, he mentioned about the Jacksepticeye character in that, little story going on. I guess the Jacksepticeye that gets killed. Who was in a coma, I'm assuming. He's no longer canon. That sucks, but I kind of understand why, because, where do you want to go with that story? What do you want to do with that story? Sean had really did change a couple of aspects of some of the characters, and looks in terms of, the lore and the story. For example, Chase apparently had 2 kids initially in the Bro Average video, but then... And then in the more recent appearances, it's now just one kid. It's just one child. So that's kind of interesting. But it's pretty fascinating just looking back at some of these older videos. But I never noticed one of the first moments in the Say Goodbye video when he gets up, the whiteboard is scribbled up. But then it goes back to normal. I didn't even notice that. There are certain things... Even to this day, it's kind of funny. I said this in my reaction to that Say Goodbye video in question. The thing I never noticed was when he was lifting up the knife to go slit his throat, I noticed his hand was shaking. As if he's trying to fight whatever whatever, outside force is trying to do this. But he's kind of in a trance, so he's kind of It's one of those weird things I never noticed until I saw it on, a giant TV. But also, I never noticed that he had a third knife. Because I noticed the other 2 knives, but then all of a sudden this third knife just popped up out of nowhere. And I think it's the same knife he used, in the Marvin video. It's the knife that goes in when you it's the fake knife that is supposed to simulate stabbing. It's kind of like that kind of a knife. But, it's really fascinating seeing all this stuff. And it's kind of, Sean shouldn't feel bad about, apparently offending people of German descent, German people. It's not that bad. Hell, as long as you get, certain aspects of, the accent down, what? This? Some aspects of the accent, as long as you get that, I think that's what matters. Hell, I even feel that same way too, even though I am of German descent. And it's just kind of funny because, I am of German descent, and I decided, I got clearly inspired by his character, Dr. Schniepelstein, to create my own doctor persona, Dr. Spindler, Dr. Robert Spindler. And, the name comes from my late grandfather, so I wanted to tie it in a little bit to myself and my heritage a little bit, because I am of German descent. but also I wanted to try to say certain words in German. You know what I mean? I wanted to add a little aspect to that one. And I changed his outfit colors. You know, instead of being the blue, the baby blue, it's now just black. And yet still people think, Schneep, is that you? Like, come on. But yeah, I credit him and Mark for inspiring me to create my own dark, alter egos. I'll give you, I don't know if I probably mentioned this, but the Chase Brody character kind of gave me inspiration for some of the aspects of JD Thrift. JD Thrift had, was given some aspects, that was kind of very, reminiscent and inspired by Chase. And, I think I brought up the fact that there were aspects of Warstash and also aspects of, Chase that I used for JD Thrift. But it's mostly, I feel like it's mostly Chase. Because the parallels are there. Chase is married, or he was married. Chase has a wife and a child. So does JD Thrift. The only difference is one is actually happily married and the other one is a sad dad. So, but I wanted to be different, and because the JD Thrift character was mostly based on a thing I did in high school. That's how it all started, and then it just evolved into this. So I just find that kind of funny when you think about it. But anyways, I think overall that's really it on this reaction, but, I wonder when we're going to be seeing more content from him when it comes to the egos, because we haven't seen anything since that, Iris video with Chase. Apparently they filmed more stuff, but also because there are certain shots from, like, the trailer that he had in his 5,000 video, whatever it was, where you saw people being dragged out of their labs by an unseen force. So I wonder if that was, if that is just, stuff for other videos in the future. Or is Sean, strategically, filming these at specific times, not filming, but releasing these videos differently. But now it's going to be interesting. Like, especially some of the ego stuff. Robin's not going to be a part of it anymore because Robin, not too long ago, a few months back, decided to move on and is now no longer one of Sean's editors because Robin wants to do their own thing. So that's nice. Yeah, there are certain moments I will say, yeah, the cringe is obviously there because of some of the stuff he says. But, and then again, like, even still to this day, like, I want to react to my old ego content just to see how I would react to it. And I'll be like, why did I do this? Because I look back at some of the stuff and I go, what the fuck why did I say that? Why did I do this? Especially in the JD Thrift stuff. Like, why did I dry hump a fucking Polaroid camera? Why? Because of an inside joke from one of my, fans made a joke about, and I'm like, oh, I might as well just apply that to the video, and then now it's stupid. I don't even talk to that person anymore. I haven't spoken to that person in years. I don't know why they decided to not talk anymore, but it is what it is, and I wish them well. But it is kind of funny looking back at some of the older stuff, and just seeing how awesome those videos are. I think the last video that I got super excited for its release. God, I think it was the cosplaying birthday video. I was so excited to see how people would react to it because I was like, it was like the very first big video that I really put effort into doing, and it was like an idea I had for months, and I finally got the chance to finally, apply that and put it into a video itself. So I was super proud of how it came out, even though I was literally editing it at the last hour, literally hours before it was supposed to go up. So it was kind of fun, looking back at some of those videos, when, that video came out, everybody was like, they were freaking the fuck out. They were like, holy shit, that was awesome, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it was. But hell, even a more recent video I did with Xander, that was fun, and that was 3 years in the making, you know. And I just couldn't think of like, you know, how I would execute certain aspects, but I was like, you know what, I might as well just do it like this. Yeah, I kind of go, man, I wish I did it like this, but I still am proud of how it came out. Like, even also the video I did earlier this year with JRDie, that was fun. That was cool. And, you know, I really enjoyed how that came out. I really loved how it came out. That was really cool. But, anyways, enough rambling. I am really looking forward to the comics when they do come out. When I finally get them in the mail. At the time of me recording this, they probably would have started to ship today. But also, I think I got my digital copy today as well. But I'm not going to read the digital copy. I don't know why I decided to get a digital copy. I guess. Whatever. If I wanted to ever read it digitally. I still got to actually get it. You know, I got to get my digital copy. But anyways, hopefully you'll see the unboxing of it soon by the time you see this. This is around Christmas. This video, you'll probably see it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. I think I'm going to be uploading this on Christmas Eve. And I think the unboxing for the, hopefully, and this is hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully the unboxing for the comics will be on Christmas Day. Hopefully. We'll see. But, it may not be that case, but, you know, things can happen, and things could get delayed, you know, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but just in case, but I'm just going to say that. Hopefully the video, in the next video you'll see is me unboxing the comics. Hopefully. So, anyways, enough rambling. I've rambled on long enough. Let me know what your favorite Jacksepticeye alter ego video is. What's your favorite Jacksepticeye alter ego? I think, for me, it's a toss-up between Auntie, Chase, and Dr. Schneepelstein. When it comes to the favorite video of mine, God, there's a lot of cool ones. Let me go by, like, each character. For Auntie, man, I think it's a toss-up between, obviously, Say Goodbye and also Byrink Redemption. Those two were, like, the Byrink Redemption one was so good. And it had Dr. Schneepelstein in it, too. So that was really awesome to watch. For Chase, it's a toss-up between the Chase video from 2019 or the Iris version of Chase in 2022. For Schneepelstein, it's probably the Power Hour, you know, one. Because we really haven't really seen him much either. That's the issue. Like, we only seen him do Let's Plays. And then there was that one video he did, not maybe like a week or two after he did the Chase video from 2019, where he's like trying to write down this equation down, and then his computer opens a portal or something, and stuff like that. And another thing I didn't know is that Jacksepticeye actually made that sound effect when Chase gets teleported to the parking garage. That sound that, you know, you hear, that was created by him. I had no idea that was created by Jack. I thought that was just a sound effect that was, you know, online somewhere. And, you know, Jacksepticeye just, you know, got the license, or, you know, downloaded it and just used it for the video or whatever. But, you know, anyways, enough rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. I used to act as a cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.